Hi y'all, let me teach you how to make this trendy gown that has a stylish neckline. If you would love to learn this, just keep watching. Alright, now guys, I have my 2 yards of silk fabric for this, and I'm going to be cutting the down part, which is the skirt part, but this style is a gown. So I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into two to cut the front first. So the length I'm working with is 38 plus 2 inches, 40. Now I'm going to be removing my half length, 16. Then the remaining length will be the down part. So I'm going to mark um the line that I'll be starting to make this, cut this out. I'm cutting the front first. After getting my line, I'm going to place my tape like so to get my hip line, which is 9. So on the upper part that I use chalk to mark will be the waist measurement. So I have my waist, and I'm going to go ahead and rule my hip line. That is going to be the hip measurement part. Okay, so the remaining length will be the full length of the skirt. I'm going to put my waist measurement plus 1.5 hip is allowance, then the hip measurement plus 2.5 is allowance. So whatever I have on the hip, I'm going to bring it down to the hemming part. On the waist part, waist divided by 4 plus 1.5 same allowance, hip divided by 4 plus 2.5 same allowance. So whatever I have on the hip, I'll bring it down to the hemming part. Okay, so you know that this gown is not a pencil shape style, so you just bring whatever you have from the hip down to the hemming part. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. I'll be using this to cut the back. Now I have gone ahead to place it on a folded fabric. So this line you see here is the zipper allowance area. I have my 1.5 inch zip allowance part, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. So that will be all for the down part. After cutting, we'll be heading to the upper part. I'm going to slit the back into two. Now I'm using my pattern paper to draft the upper part, which is the front, and I folded this fabric, the paper into two. It is on fold, so I've gone ahead to mark my shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, and shoulder to the waist and half length. I'm going to go ahead and rule it out. So I am drafting shoulder that bust here for this. I'm going to go ahead and go up with 2 inches for my chest line. Remember, this is shoulder dart bust here. If you watch the picture very well, you see that it's a shoulder dart bust here. Now I'm going to put my neck width 3.5 by the depth is going to be 6 inches. So the width is 3.5, the depth is going to be 6 inches for the front. I will rule my armhole line, but this is not going to be the our final bust armhole line. I'm just marking this armhole line for us not to be confused. Okay, now I'm going to get that neckline shape. I'm going to connect the 3.5 inches down to the 6 inches depth. I'm going to rule it like so. I'm just creating, you know that it has a stylish neck design, so I'm just creating it, and I'll leave it like so. And remember that this paper is on fold. I folded it into two. Now I will mark my chest line, bust, under bust, waist, and the half length. Now on the, I'm going to be putting my nipple to nipple measurement. That is 4.5 inches plus the seam allowance. Okay, 4 inches plus half an inch is going to be 4.5. I will put 4.5 from the bust point, then 4 inches from under bust down to the half length. Okay, then coming to the shoulder area, I'm going to divide the shoulder into two and mark the midpoint as we see there. Now I'm going to connect this on that line from the bust to the midpoint I connected on the shoulder area. So on the under bust, I'm going to go out with 2 inches and mark it from that under bust down to the half length, 2 inches. I'll use my ruler to connect it like so. Then I'm going to curve it out slightly using my French curve from the under bust up to the bust point to give it that bustier shape look. Now from that midpoint on the shoulder area, I'm going to go out with 2 inches. I'll go out with 2 inches, placing my ruler like so and connecting it from that from the bust point up to the 2 inches I went out on the shoulder area. From the midpoint I divided it to two, I went out with 2 inches and I connect it directly to the bust area. As you can see that our bust is having shape. Now from that, I'm going to be placing back the 2 inches I removed on the shoulder area. I've marked it. Now it's going to be our new armhole. I'll rule it out like so. I'll just rule it out like so. So if you like, you come down with 1 inch for this. So I'm going to come down with 1 inch and mark my shoulder slope. So that 2 inches I deducted from the shoulder, I place it back, and that line is going to be our new armhole. So you see me curving it out. Our new armhole is ready. Okay, so this particular one I'm marking right now is no longer useful, right? So the particular place I'm shading, it will be a place I'm going to be cutting out. So now the next thing to do is to input the measurement. Bust divide by 4 plus my seam allowance. I'll put my seam allowance. Then under bust divide by 4, I'll mark. After marking, I'm going to put back the 2 inches I deducted from the under bust, then plus the same allowance. Same thing goes to the waist. Divide by 4 plus the 2 inches on the that leg and the same allowance. So I don't know any inches you like to put to your same allowance, you can go ahead and add. So I'll, whatever I have on the waist, I'm going to bring it down to the half length. After that, I'm going to go ahead and connect it like so. So now it's ready. I'm going to start working on this neck area. You know that we have a stylish neckline to this. Now you see I have the width of 3.5 by 6 depth. So I'm going to turn this paper the other part and mark same 3.5 inches, then the depth by 6 inches. I will bring it down to the length 6 inches, which is the depth of the neckline. So whatever I mark on that side, I'm going to mark it just on the neck part. Okay, so that is the main reason I folded this paper into two, because you cannot do it while working on only one paper. All right, so now everything is ready. I'm going to go ahead and just cut out this draft. I'm still cutting out. So after that, I'm going to open this center front up for me to work on the neck area. Now, having done that, I'm going to open it up so you can see that I have my midpoint on that paper for the neckline. So you know that this type of neckline has one one kind design like that. So on the midpoint, I'm going to mark 1 inch on the right side. So I'll place my tape in a should I say diagonal part or line or slanty shape. So I'll just mark it in a slanty shape, went up with 5 inches. Then I'll begin to draft this style. I'll just connect from the midpoint. I went in with 1 inch. Then on this the line, on that neckline, I place my tape in a slanty shape to get 5 inches. So I'll just use my pencil to start creating that style. I don't know what I will call that shape, but I'm just creating. So whatever that comes to your mind, you should just create. Okay, I'm just using the pencil to draw it. If it gives me what I want, I'm going to use my marker to recreate it. You can see that the style is having shape already. So now, having seen that I love what I have, how the shape looks, I'll use my marker to just mark it round for us to see it very clearly. So this is what I can be able to achieve. But if you know how to draw, you can do your own better than mine. Okay. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut out. So watch how to cut it out to avoid spoiling what you draw. Now guys, I didn't film the upper back bodice, like the back of this dress. I didn't film it. So if you're cutting yours, please make sure you add your zipper allowance on the upper back bodice. The width is going to be the neck width is going to be 3.5 inches, but the depth for the back is going to be 1.5 or 1 inch. Okay, for the depth. So while doing cutting yours, make sure you add your zipper allowance and cut out your back basic bodice. Okay, so this is what I can be able to achieve on this upper front bodice. You can see how it's looking. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to cut the sleeve. All right, now I folded my sleeve into 4 equal parts. All right, and I'm getting the length of 12 inches plus hemming is going to be 13.5, and that is what I am marking here right now. So I folded the horizontal line, like the wideness for this is on 13 inches of fold. You know, if you look the sleeve, you understand that it's very big. So I'm going to place my tape to mark my cap height. If you know how to cut a sleeve, this is not what I'll be teaching here right now, but if you can understand very well, you observe it and understand how to cut a sleeve. All right, now I said I folded this into 4, and I'm having for one, this the two sleeves, I'm having 13 inches on fold. If you open it up, it's going to be about 20 something. Right, now I have just marked my cap height and connect my armhole area. Now this, I'm going to be measuring my round sleeve measurement. On that 13 inches I have, I will just deduct only half an inch and connect it straight to the armhole part. The next thing is to cut it out. So my sleeve is going to be a little bit big. If you watch the video, you see that the sleeve area is big. Okay, now this armhole part, I am going to be gathering it to my armhole measurement. All right, it will be gathered for it to give you that puffy shape. So it must be gathered, or it must be pleated on the at the armhole area. Now I have my two sleeve here. Now guys, on our next tutorial, I will be uploading on how to sew this. We are not done with this tutorial. Remember that you still have some styles on that front part. Okay, you can see that it must be gathered on the armhole area. So thank you guys for watching, and see you on our next tutorial. Till then, bye for now.